Welcome to the heart of the ancient world, where the echoes of the past still resonate in every step you take. Rome, a city of emperors and gladiators, of artists and poets, of love and passion. This is where history comes alive, and where every corner holds a story to tell. Join us as we take you on a journey through the winding streets and alleys to discover the hidden gems, the unknown corners, and the must-see places in this beautiful city. From the grandeur of the Colosseum to the beauty of the Pantheon, from the world-renowned Vatican museums to the iconic Trevi Fountain, Rome will amaze you with its diversity, its culture, and its people. Each monument tells a story of power, love, and glory, and each corner holds a secret waiting to be discovered. So whether you're a first-time visitor or a seasoned traveler, come with us and explore the top 10 best places you must see in Rome. This is Rome, the eternal city that's waiting for you. Before starting the video, be sure to smash the like button and subscribe to never miss out on any of our videos. Number 10. Palatine Hill. Rock cuttings discovered in the front of the Temple of Cybele date back to the 9th century BC, proving that Palatine Hill's significance as the site of Rome's earliest settlement. Later, emperors and wealthy aristocratic families made this location the site of their palaces. The Farnese Gardens were created for Cardinal Alessandro Farnese in the 16th century as a leisure garden on the hill, complete with terraces, pavilions, lawns, flower beds, trees, and fountains. The most impressive structure on the Palatine Hill is the Baths of Septimius Severus, which tower over the house of Livia, Augustus's wife, the semi-underground Cryptoporticus, the Domus Flavia, and the Domus Augustana. Combining a park with stunning and impressive ruins from ancient Rome, the Palatine Hill is a beautiful destination to visit. Number 9. Spanish Steps. The Spanish Embassy at the Vatican is where the Piazza di Spagna got its name, but the area is more famous for the beautiful staircase that leads down from the Church of Trinita dei Monti. The English grand tourists refer to them as the Spanish Steps, despite the fact that their official name in Italian is the Scalinata dei Trinita dei Monti, ingeniously lowered below ground level to compensate for the low pressure of the delectable aqua virgin that feeds it. The beautiful boat-shaped Barcaccia foundation can be found at the bottom of the stairs. Its name derives from the Italian word for boat. The steps are most enjoyable to view first thing in the morning prior to the arrival of the majority of the tourists. Number 8. Piazza Noavona. Piazza Noavona is among Rome's most famous public spaces. The original function of the square as a Roman athletics stadium is responsible for its elongated design. Several fountains, including Bernini's La Fontana dei Quattro Fiumi, may be found on the piazza, as can an interesting obelisk and the excavations of the old Stadium of Domitianus. In addition, there are several cafes and terraces in Piazza Noavona, making it a vibrant place to spend time. Number 7. Santa Maria Maggiore. Santa Maria Maggiore, one of Rome's most spectacular cathedrals, was built when Pope Liberius saw a vision of the Virgin telling him to build a church where snow would fall the next day. The Grand Basilica was built on the Esquiline slope the next morning after snow fell in August. Since the 5th century, Mass had been held here daily. The 13th century apse is decorated with Old and New Testament mosaics by Rome's finest mosaic painters, and the 3 aisles of its 86-meter interior are separated by 40 marble and 4 granite columns. The upper walls are decorated with Rome's 4th century mosaics, and the floor is inlaid with colorful stone by Lake Como's 12th century artisans. The coffered ceiling displays the first American gold to enter Italy. One of Rome's 4 papal basilicas, it's a pilgrimage site with 2 popes' tombs. Number 6. Vittorio Emanuele II Monument. It's interesting that Romans rarely stop to appreciate the magnificent structure, which is often used as a metaphor for anything from a wedding cake to a large typewriter. Whether you like it or not, the massive neoclassical building sits atop Palatine Hill, the symbolic hub of ancient Rome, and overlooks the modern city from across Piazza Venezia. It was erected between 1885 and 1935 as a memorial to King Vittorio Emanuele II, the first king of a united Italy, who is depicted here as an equestrian. You can visit the Italian Unification Museum and the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier here. If if you climb the elevator to the very top, you can see all of Rome in every direction. Number 5. Pantheon. Among Rome's ancient structures, the Pantheon has fared the best in terms of preservation. In 119 to 128 AD, Hadrian erected it as a temple to the 12 most important classical deities. The building's original Roman bronze doors are still in place, and the exterior's minimalist design has not changed much through the years. The Pantheon's inner proportions are a thing of beauty since they were designed according to the guidelines established by the great Roman architect Vitruvius. In theory, a complete sphere might fit inside the hemisphered dome, whose diameter is the same as the building's overall height. The temple's sole source of illumination and its symbolic connection to the heavens is the oculus, a round aperture 9 meters or 30 feet in diameter at the temple's central dome. Number 4. Trevi Fountain. The city's most famous landmark, this 17th century masterpiece has been featured in so many movies that seeing it is practically obligatory. Tradition has it that if you toss a coin, not 3, into Rome's Trevi Fountain, or Fontana di Trevi, you'll be back in the Eternal City in no time. Agrippa, Rome's famous art patron in the 1st century BC, built an aqueduct to deliver water to his baths, which now supplies Rome's largest fountain, Fontana di Trevi. Between 1732 and 1751, architect Nicole Salvi constructed the fountain against the palace of the Dukes of Pully as a gift to Pope Clement XII. Horses, tritons, and shells populate the scene in the representation of Oceanus or Neptune. The artificial rocks and sculptures are surrounded by a pool of water that continually fills up with coins. Number 3. Roman Forum. The Forum, situated in the center of a bustling city, feels like ancient Rome. Although what remains of this center of Roman life and government shows only a small fraction of its original splendor, the standing and fallen columns, triumphal arches, and walls still impress, especially considering that for centuries, the Forum was the history of the Roman Empire and the Western world. Roman political and religious life, courts, markets, and gathering places were here. After the 7th century, churches and fortifications were built on the ruins. Its stones were extracted for other constructions until careful excavations in the 18th and 19th century revealed the old buildings under a 10-meter layer of earth and rubble. Number 2. Vatican City. With a total size of less than half a square kilometer, the Vatican City is the smallest sovereign state in the world. St. Peter's Basilica and St. Peter's Square are located within the Vatican City, which is administered by the Pope as the seat of the Roman Catholic Church. Both the museums and the massive church pack a lot of sightseeing potential into one little area. Michelangelo's Pieta, as well as works by Bernini and others, can be found among the many statues and altars inside St. Peter's Basilica. Michelangelo's most famous masterpiece, the Sistine Chapel's spectacular frescoed ceiling, is located in the Vatican museums, which are widely considered the centerpiece of the Vatican. Number 1. Colosseum. The Colosseum is a huge building that was built in 72 AD. This Flavian amphitheater, which could hold more than 50,000 people, is where gruesome battles between gladiators, slaves, prisoners, and wild animals took place. Nowhere else in the world was there a larger or more beautiful place for mass killing. This is a must-see for history buffs, and the best place to start exploring the city's Roman ruins, like the jaw-dropping Forum, the Domus Aurea, and the Pantheon. So our journey through Rome has come to an end, but we hope it has just begun for you. We would love to hear from you. Tell us your thoughts on our list. Have you been to any of these places before? Or do you have any other recommendations for our viewers? Don't forget to share this video with your friends and fellow travelers, and if you haven't already, hit the like button. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you again soon for more exciting adventures in the Eternal City.